Hi guys, this is Nile from Teamio. The goal of this video is to help you create a list of overdue recall patients for a specific provider. So what you're looking at is the main overdue recall master list. If you notice at the top, there are some default filters that are already set when this page loads. So the patients you see on this list when the page loads are for the provider that you see there. The only patients that show on this list right now are the ones who are due for a recall, whose recall due date falls between these two dates. By default, it's the last 6 months from today. So if you needed to bring up more patients, you would just adjust the date filter to include a larger date range to a maximum of 12 months. So let's give that a try, right? So if I were, today's, let's say August 3rd, if I were to just do February 3rd of 2019, which would make it more than a year, I would go ahead and apply filter, and you get this error in red. It says you can only filter with a maximum of 12 months difference between the dates. Please try again. So then you want to go ahead and basically adjust the date filter to include date ranges that are less than 12 months. So let's say I go by 3 months. I'll just adjust the date filter to give me the last 3 months of overdue recall patients. So for example, then you would hit apply filters and you have this many patients here. Okay. So once you've applied the filters, then you can go ahead and click this checkbox located next to patient, which will select all the patients on this page that fit this criteria, meaning that have this provider and that have a recall due date that falls between these two dates. All right. Then go ahead and create a new list of those patients by clicking on create a new list by clicking on this button here. And you have this window pop up. On this window, go ahead and give it a title. You can call it priority 1. And then in description, you could say, for example, Dr. Shah's patients from 5/3/2020 to August 4th, 2020, or whatever you want to put. And you would go ahead and create and save the list. Once the list is created, you'll be brought back to the main screen. If you look at the little icon next to the patient's name, it's like a list. It's like a list icon. It just means that patient belongs to some list. So how do you get to the list you just made? Well, there's a little section here. It's called your list of overdue recall patients. You would just click on the drop down and go ahead and select the list you just made, which is right here. From here, whoever is responsible for making outbound calls for overdue phone calls can start to make follow-up calls. That's it for this video. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to me via email at nile@teamio.app. Thanks.